Okay, let us start today's session. So, in the previous class, we have discussed about the controlled ISI. Okay, so what was the controlled ISI and what were the corresponding equations which we have seen in the previous class? Okay, so the basic equations were as follows. Okay, so this is what the equation which we were discussing in the previous class. So, what do we mean by a controlled ISI? What we are doing is we are going to add an ISI component. So, why we are doing this additional ISI, or why we are doing the addition of ISI is to have an increased data rate equal to 2W increased symbol rate. We should not call it as data rate, it should be called as symbol rate, to have a symbol rate equal to 2W, where W is the bandwidth of the channel. Okay, so for the to introduce the ISI, so what was the pulse we are going to use was this. So that was called as the duobinary pulse. So this duobinary pulse has got one non-zero sample over here. This is the additional ISI component we are going to use. One additional ISI component we were introducing, which is shown in equation 20. See over here, at n is equal to 1 also, we are having a non-zero component, okay, which has been shown in the graph also. Okay, so duobinary pulse we were using for the design to obtain the controlled ISI. Controlled ISI means, we are adding in one ISI component to achieve a symbol rate equal to 2W. Yes, so we did that. We added an ISI, and we know what ISI component we are adding. Okay, we know this. At n is equal to 1, you are having a non-zero sample. You know what you are doing, or we are deterministic. We not deterministic means we know where the ISI component is present. Okay, so therefore we have full information about the added ISI component. So therefore that could be easily removed at the receiver, which we have seen also. So this was the basic equation. This was the equation. What does this equation was suggesting to you? This equation was suggesting the output samples at the receiver. So at the mth instant, if you observe the sample along with the desired one, you are having one extra sample. So now if you substitute the values of x0 and x1, it were taken as unity. So this equation, if we overcome the noise, if we not overcome, if we neglect the noise, so this was being the equation am plus 1. So at any instant, at mth sample, if you observe at the receiver, if you observe at the mth sample along with the desired one, you are getting one previous sample also. You are having the previous sample also, effect of the previous sample also. How was the effect? To the desired sample, the previous sample would be added. Okay, so this was the thing. So now this is the meaning of controlled ISI. See what we had done, we have added an ISI component, and at the receiver we know at every instant whatever we are going to receive, okay, along with the desired symbol, you are having the effect of the previous symbol also. Okay, so therefore what was the effect? You also know, that is the addition. Okay, so now if you want to remove the effect, so what were you doing? You were subtracting. Okay, that we have learnt in the previous class, that has been shown over here. At over here at the receiver, if you are starting to detect whatever the sequence you are going to receive, from the received sequence, what you are doing? You are subtracting the previously transmitted sequence, or previous, you are subtracting the previously transmitted symbol. How are you knowing why we need to subtract? Because at mth sample, if you observe along with the desired sample, you are having the effect of the previous sample. So what was the effect? Addition. So to remove this addition, we are doing the subtraction at the receiver. So what we need to subtract, that you know. What is the effect? the effect of the previous symbol. So what you need to do, you need to subtract the previous symbol, which is indicated as AM minus 1 cap. Why we are writing cap over here? Because we are at the receiver and we are detecting. At the receiver, always we are supposed to write the symbol in terms of cap, AM cap. Like this only we are supposed to write. And we have gone through this, okay, and also we have gone through the concept of error propagation. If at any instant of time, if there is an error in decoding or detection, the same error will continue. So further sequence, further data or symbols which are decoded, that also would be erroneous. So to overcome this, so we are adding one extra logic. So all the processes remain same. So okay, what are we doing is, before transmission of the symbol, okay, I repeat, before transmission of the symbol, we are going to do a process called as pre-coding. So why, what are we doing over here? Pre-coding, I have just told you pre-coding. Why we need to do pre-coding? Because we have observed there was an error propagation. Whenever there is an error in decoding at one instant, and at the remaining instance you are having the error, or the error is going to propagate. So to avoid this data, the researchers told that pre-code the data. So what do you mean by pre-coding? Okay, one thing. And when you are supposed to apply the pre-coding, on what you are supposed to apply the pre-coding? The answer is, pre-coding is just a logical operation, or it is nothing but modulo addition or modulo subtraction. That is the meaning of pre-coding. Pre-coding over here, it refers to modulo addition, modular addition, like binary addition, binary subtraction, if you are working with binary data. Okay, that is why I'm calling it as modular addition and modular subtraction. On what you have to apply? On the data sequence you are supposed to apply. So what is the data sequence we are having? See over here, if you consider the example of this in the previous class, this is the data sequence. Okay, so this data sequence has been converted into PAM as follows. Whenever you are having 1, the symbol was 1. Whenever you are having 0, whatever you are transmitting is -1. This you can call it as modulation also. Okay. Now, where are you supposed to employ pre-coding? Means on the, or pre-coding should be applied to the data sequence. Okay. Let me show how the pre-coding. Once pre-coding is applied, later you can proceed with the particular procedure. So what you are supposed to do, the pre-coding is performed on the binary data sequence prior to the modulation. What do you mean by prior to the modulation? Now I'll explain with this particular table. See here, you are having this as the data sequence. Okay, remember, I will explain all these equations, but before explaining these equations, let me get into the data sequence first. So this is the data sequence. This needs to be transmitted. If we transmit as it is, not as it is means the procedure which has been told previously. Previously means take the data, perform the pulse amplitude modulation, add an ISI component accordingly, and perform the detection. You have seen the effect. So to overcome that, what we need to do, we need to have, or we need to do the pre-coding. So pre-coding should be done on which sequence? On the data sequence. So whatever the sequence you are having, 1 1 1 0 1, this is a binary data sequence. Okay, on this you need to do the pre-coding. Just observe the data sequence and the pre-coded sequence. Okay, some logical operation has been done on the data sequence to get the pre-coded sequence. Okay, so what is that logic you are applying? Pre-coded sequence or pre-coded data is given by the actual data minus PM minus 1. That mod 2 means this operation is a modular to subtraction. or in other words, it is basically an XOR operation. If you write minus and if you introduce mod 2 over here, it is basically an XOR operation. So how can you get a pre-coded sequence? Take the data sequence, do modular subtraction with PM minus 1, previous pre-coded sequence. Okay, so what am I doing is, initially I will assume the pre-coded sequence as 0. You can assume the pre-coded sequence as 1 also, that is not a problem. So I will assume the initial pre-coded sequence as 0. So now how will we get the further sequences? 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0. What is that? It is binary subtraction. Okay, binary subtraction, you know what should be the result. Binary subtraction is nothing but XOR operation, that everybody knows. 1 XOR with 0 is 1. Okay, yeah, that is how you got the pre-coded sequence. Now at the next instant the data is 1. How to get the pre-coded sequence? 1 XOR with the previous pre-coded sequence. What is the previous pre-coded sequence over here? 1. So the data sequence XORed with the previous pre-coded sequence. 1 XOR with 1 is 0. So that is how we have got the pre-coded sequence. Okay, so on this pre-coded sequence we will perform the pulse amplitude modulation. Pulse amplitude modulation is very simple. What symbol you are getting? 0. You convert that 0 to a pulse of amplitude minus 1. Whenever you are having 1, what are you supposed to do? You convert that into an amplitude of plus 1. That is what we are supposed to do. And how we will give a mathematical procedure to convert from the symbol to the amplitude. Symbol to this amplitude, let me give a mathematical procedure. Currently you understand, whenever you are having 0, what are you going to get? Minus 1. Whenever you are having 1, you are going to get it as 1. So how to get AM from PM, that we will see. There is an equation for that. Just how you are getting the pre-coded sequence, there is an equation for this AM also. What is AM? The transmitted sequence. Remember, you cannot transmit ones and zeros as it is. You need to convert that into pulse, then only you need to transmit. So how to get the pulse amplitude from the pre-coded sequence? There is an equation. So that is what it has been told. We set AM is equal to 1 if PM is equal to 1, and AM is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 means minus 1 volt, you can think, if PM is equal to 0. If you write a mathematical representation for this logic, if logic, what you can do is, the AM is equal to 2 PM minus 1. You can observe, if PM is equal to 0, AM is minus 1. If PM is 1, AM is 1. That is accordingly. So this set or this arrangement has been written mathematically. Why I am giving you the mathematics is, you will come to know we will come to know that while we explain the equation number 31. So we know what is AM. Okay, this is what you have transmitted. Okay, so under transmission, it will pass through the channel. We will have the effect of ISI because we have added one ISI component and we are receiving a particular sequence. So just observe what is the received sequence. You have transmitted 1, you are receiving 0. You are transmitting minus 1, you are receiving 0. So the transmitted sequence and the received sequence are different. Because why? Because we have added an ISI component. And we know what have we added also, we know. So what has been added? That has been given over here. To the existing or to the desired one, we are having the effect of the previously transmitted symbol. You can observe over here. So you have transmitted 1. So minus 1 minus 1, 0. The previous transmitted symbol will get added to the current symbol. So over here you observe minus 1 plus 1, 0. If you observe over here 1 plus 1, you are having 2. So you are having the effect of the previous symbol. That is why the problem exists. Why? Because we are adding an ISI component. Now we are having this BM. From this BM, you have to get what has been transmitted or what was the original data sequence. What has been transmitted you need to find out, or simply or directly you need to find out what is the data sequence which we have transmitted. So this is the data sequence, right? This needs to be transmitted directly. We are not transmitting, we are pre-coding, okay, and we are transmitting. Why this pre-coding would be done? By thinking that there, if we do this, there won't be any error propagation. That let me show over here. Okay, so now what have we received? Bm is equal to am plus am minus 1. We have directly written this equation. How this one, this bm, I have written this, right? So how did I write this? Am plus am minus 1. So bm is the received data. So that's what it is writing. Noise free samples, we are neglecting the noise, at the output of the receiving filter is given by, at any instant of time, what are you getting? Am plus the previous symbol. Why? This is because of the controlled ISI, whatever we have done. So we know that am is given by 2 pm minus 1. This is where we will use the relation. Am, we will substitute it as 2 pm minus 1. So am minus 1 is substituted as 2 pm minus 1 minus 1, direct substitution. Okay, so this you have understood. So am, and what is this am minus 1? So what is am minus 1 according to equation 30? 2 pm minus 1 minus 1. So if you simplify, you are going to get equation number 31. Still, you may ask, why are we doing this? The answer is the equation number 32. So now, if you simplify the equation 31, you are going to get this as the equation. Pm plus Pm minus 1 is equal to Bm by 2 plus 1. Okay. What is this equation 32? This is just a direct simplification of equation number 31. Okay. Now, what is the use of this equation 32? That also let me tell you. Just observe the LHS part. What is Pm plus Pm minus 1? So, Pm and Pm minus 1 are binary data. What is this binary addition? Binary addition means XOR operation that you come to that you know already. What is Pm? Just you can observe. This is the binary data. Pm plus Pm minus 1, that you know what is this? Pm pre-coded sequence, previous pre-coded sequence. How are you supposed to understand this? Plus this is a binary addition. Okay. Now, if we just go back to equation number 29 and try to get what is Pm plus Pm minus 1. So, you just take it to the LHS. So, Pm plus Pm minus 1 equal to what? Dm. You take this to the LHS. So therefore, what can you write? Pm plus Pm minus 1 equal to Dm. That is what it has been written over here. That is what it has been written over here. Pm plus Pm minus 1 is equal to Dm. So what can we understand from this expression? Let me tell you. Let me complete this. So therefore, instead of writing Pm and Pm minus 1, what am I writing? Just observe. This LHS has been replaced by the Dm. How did we get this Dm? We have used equation number 29. Pm plus Pm minus 1 is equal to Dm. So on using this, so what we can write in the LHS, we can substitute it as Dm. Okay, so Dm is equal to, what is the answer? Bm by 2 plus 1. Since we are working with the binary data, you should always, whenever you are performing any addition and other things, you should use the modulo 2 operation. What is modulo 2 operation? Basically, it is XOR. But I will tell you how to solve the equation number 33 by this example. Okay, we are having an example as such. Now, just observe equation 33. What can you or how will you interpret this equation 33? This is very easy. Modulo 2 means, what does this modulo 2 and what does this specify means? This much. You calculate this quantity. Modulo 2 means, if you write the equation in this format, what does this equation mean? It means that you calculate this quantity, that is Bm by 2 plus 1. Okay. If the number, if it falls outside 0 and 1, then you need to perform the modulo operation. I will explain that with the example over here. So now if you are having BM with us, what is BM? You know this, what is BM? BM is the received sequence. So if you are having the received sequence, you can get the original sequence as per the equation number 33. What sequence you are getting? The original data sequence itself you are getting from equation 33. So therefore at the receiver we will make use of this particular equation. So equation 33, you know how we derived it. Okay, 29, 30, 31 and 32. From those all those equations we have derived this equation number 33. So what does this 33 says? If you are having the received sequence with you, then you can easily get what was the transmitted data sequence. So just observe BM by 2 plus 1. Now you take 0, 0 by 2, 0 by 2 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 modulo 2 is 1. Okay, so now I will give you another example. If BM is equal to 2, if BM is equal to 2, what is 2 by 2? 2 by 2 is 1. What is 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1. Anybody can tell what is 1 plus 1 in modulo 2 operation? That is 0. That has been written over here. Okay, if you are confused with this equation, all of you know the XOR operation. So then that would be easier. But I am suggesting you not to do the logical XOR operation, perform the modulo 2 arithmetic. So whenever you are having 2 over here, BM as this 2 by 2 is 1, 1 plus 1. So how to get the answer of DM? Very simple. 1 plus 1. What is 2? Okay. What is 1 plus 1? Sorry, what is 1 plus 1? That is 2. 2 modulo 2. 2 modulo 2 is 0. How to get 2 modulo 2? How will you come to know that 2 modulo 2 is 0? 2 modulo 2. That is 2 minus 2. Therefore, you are getting 0. That you can check. Okay. Suppose you are going to have minus 2 as BM. Carefully observe. Minus 2 as BM. So, minus 2 by 2 means what? Minus 2 by 2 means what? It is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 is 0. What is 0 modulo 2? 0 modulo 2 is 0. This is how you can simplify the equation. Okay. So I will again tell 1 modulo 2 is 1. 0 modulo 2 is 0. 2 modulo 2 is 0. That you should remember. Okay. Okay. That modular arithmetic you have learned previously. So this is how we are going to obtain the transmitted sequence. So initially what they did, so what was the procedure? The procedure is very simple. Initially they let me take this example only. It's very simple. You are having the data sequence. On this data sequence we will perform the pre-coding operation. We will perform the pre-coding operation. How pre-coding has been done? We will perform a binary subtraction. How? DM, if you want to pre-code this, DM minus PM minus 1. Remember, this is a binary subtraction or modulo 2 subtraction. So 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay, here 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Like that you are supposed to subtract. Just I will tell you, here that symbol is 0. If you want to get the pre-coded sequence, what are you doing? 0 minus 1. So the answer should be minus 1, right? No. Remember, this is binary subtraction. In binary, you are having only two things, 0 and 1. So 0 minus 1 is nothing but 1 only. That is what you are supposed to remember. Okay. 0 minus 1 means you should not write it as minus 1. What you are supposed to write? 0 minus 1 is 1 because it is binary subtraction. Yeah. That is why I am revising it. Again, 0. This is what you need to data. If you want to get the pre-coded sequence, 0 minus previous pre-coded sequence, 0 minus 1. What is 0 minus 1 in modulo 2 arithmetic? It is 0 minus 1 is 1. Okay, that you should remember. Okay, pre-coded sequence. From the pre-coded sequence, how will you get the transmitted sequence? Very simple. Transmitted sequence is AM. That is what you are pulse amplitude modulating. 0 means you will code it as -1. 1 means you will code it as 1 only, 1 volt. 0 means -1 volt. 1 means 1 volt. Okay. So then what are you receiving? Received sequence is a sequence which is corrupted by one ISI component. How it has been corrupted? As per the equation, the desired one plus the previous component that has been written over here. Just observe, here we have transmitted 1. Okay, then to this you need to add the previously transmitted sequence, 1 plus of -1, that is 0. Better example is this. Here you have transmitted 1. So what are you receiving? You are not receiving 1. To the 1, the previous transmitted sequence was also got added. So therefore you are going to receive it as 2. How will you detect the from the received sequence? How will you detect the original data? How will you perform the detection? As per this equation, that is Bm by 2 plus 1. Okay, that is equation 33. So whenever you are having Bm as 0, 0 by 2 plus 1, that is 1. 1 modulo 2 is 1. So whenever Bm is 2, 2 by 2 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 modulo 2 is also 0. So whenever Bm is -1, so -1 Bm is, sorry, -2. So -2 by 2 is -1. Okay, Bm is -2, I am talking. Bm is -2. So -2 by 2 is -1. -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 modulo 2 is 0. Okay. Okay. So whenever Bm is 2, again 2 by 2 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 modulo 2 is 0. This is how you are supposed to perform the decoding. Here you can observe there won't be any error propagation because a decoded sequence at the mth instant is dependent upon the received sequence at the mth instant. Okay, that is what you are supposed to understand. The decoded sequence is dependent only upon the current received sequence. Decoded sequence at the mth instant depends upon the Bm, that is received symbol at the mth instant. It is not depending upon the previous one. Hence, there won't be any error propagation. Okay, that is the thing. So any error happens, that may happen at that particular instant. That error won't be carried further as in the previous cases. If the error was happening over here, that error would be propagated. Okay, why? Because while detection at any mth instant, you are having the effect. You need to use the previously detected sequence also. But currently in the pre-coded concept, in the pre-coding concept, at any mth instant, you are very much dependent upon the received signal at the mth instant only. That is why error happens. Yes, it may happen. I'm not saying there won't be any error, but I repeat, there won't be any error, but the error won't propagate. The error would be static. Okay. By this, the 90%, 95%, 90% of the modulo 4 is completed, and the remaining thing that I will tell you in the contact classes. Okay, so while there will be contact classes for you, at that time let me explain you the remaining concepts. Okay, so in addition to this pre-coded detection, okay, we are having multi-level PAM. Okay, multi-level PAM means very simple. The data sequence is like this. It is not zeros and ones. It contains 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. You are having this type of data. So how to decode that? That is given in this example. Once I share the PPT, you can go through this and you can understand. Okay. So from the next week, we are going to start the module 5. Okay. Thank you.